Hello everyone, I am back with another video of our class 10, that is Glimpses of India. So now we are going to cover this chapter in this session. This chapter contains three parts. First part is A Baker from Goa, and we are going to discuss it now in this session only. And the two parts that are remaining we'll discuss in the another class. So let's start this. The first part is A Baker from Goa. It is written by Lucio Rodriguez. The story revolves around the relevance of a baker in the Goan culture during the days when the Portuguese ruled over the ruled over the Goa. So we should start now that how the baker is important in the Goan culture. So this is a part 1, that is A Baker from Goa. So let's start. This is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society. So pen portrait means that the informal way of writing. So this is an informal writing of a traditional Goan village baker who has still importance in the place of his society. Our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days and the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. So in this text, the author is saying that our elders many times they are fondly talking about the nice period of the earlier time when the Portugal were rulers of the Goa. They also talk about the Portuguese people and big pieces of bread made during the days. So I'll give you the word meanings from this text. That is, reminiscing nostalgically means thinking fondly about the past. Portuguese means the people who live in the Portugal country, and the loaves of bread, that are the bread pieces before the slicing, big pieces of bread before slicing. I'll give you the vocab of this chapter in the end of the session. The whole vocab will be given to you in the notes only. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. We still have among us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. So in this text, the author is saying that people who used to eat loaves of bread may now have disappeared. But the people who make the bread, that are still alive in the Goan culture or in the Goa. And people who used to mix or mold the dough and make loaves are still living in Goa. So in this text, the loaves mean that the slices of bread, vanished means disappeared, and the mixers are the one who mixes some flour of bread, or the molders are the ones who mold dough for bread in this text. Those old age time tested furnaces still exist. So the author is saying that the very old furnaces that are still being since the very long time, these furnaces are still in working condition. So you can see here that how the author is fondly nostalgizing about his olden days, how he is reminding of the Portuguese days, how he loves the loaves of bread, how he still missing the mixers and the molders and the one who baked the loaves, and he is still fond of the bread now also. So let's move forward. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. So he is saying that the furnaces are still in use since the very long time, and the furnaces are still working in the condition. The author is here to say that the furnaces that are used in the baking of bread, they are very old but still they are in work condition. The thud and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo heralding his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. So thud means a sudden heavy sound and jingle means a musical sound. Heralding means the announcing of something. So a sudden heavy sound and the musical sound made by the bamboos, when the baker arrives, he makes some heavy musical sound with the bamboos, using the bamboos, and announce that he has arrived. You can come and purchase the bread. In the olden times, he used to do this to show that he has arrived. So the author is reminding his olden days that these sounds can still be heard in some places of Goa. So now, maybe the father is not alive, but son still carries on the family profession. The bakers are even today known as padder in Goa. So he is now contesting about that probably the elders who used to make the loaves are not alive today, but the next generation of youngsters are continuing the family profession of making the bread, while the while the elders who were used to make are not alive today, but the family profession is just going on by the youngsters, by the next generation of the youngsters of their family. So this is the very important sentence, that these bakers are even today known as baker in Goa. So you can see here that even today, even in this today's generation, even today in this 21s, the bakers in the Goa are known as padder. So this is the very important line of this chapter, that baker were known as padder in Goa. Even today they are known as padder in Goa. So this line can come in the paper just as same, that these bakers are even today known as padder in Goa. Just justify this statement. So you should know everything about this statement, and this sentence can come in one answer question also. So you should remind this. During our childhood days in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least a day. Once he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned, emptying his huge basket. So here the author is saying that when the author were children, and the group of kids that the author has, the friends that author has, they were making a group. When they were children, the baker was their friend, the baker was their companion means the colleague, the baker was their mentor, you can say guide, when they were children. So the baker used to come to the house at least twice in a day. So this is very important, that the baker comes twice a day. Once in the morning when he has to come to start his business around the morning to sell the bread, and the second time he come when he used to come after selling all the breads. He used to sell all the breads, and then he comes with his big basket after emptying that time. So the baker is coming two times, in the morning when he is starting to sell his bread, and the second time when he is returned after emptying his huge basket. So this is very important, you should learn it. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us from the sleep, and we ran to meet him and greet him. Why was it so? Was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all. So the author is saying here that because of the jingling thud, the sound that he makes for his arrival, we woke up from the sleep. Because of that thud and jingling sound, the children, that group of children that were the author's friend, they woke up by the thud and jingling sound of the bamboos that the baker makes to show his arrival. Then they used to run out of their house to meet and welcome him. As we read in the earlier lines, that the baker was his friend, companion, and guide. So they used to run for him. The children used to run for the baker, and they used to meet him and greet him that good morning, because in the morning they greet him na, so they should say good morning the baker. And they used to meet him because they were very excited to meet the baker, as he was coming with the breads also, and they love to eat the bread. So the author is saying that why was it so, and was it for the love of loaf? Not at all. So the author is contesting here that the author is asking that why is it so? Why we ran from the sleep? Why we woke up like this because of the jingling sound? Why we ran to meet him or greet him? Why was it so? Was it for the love of loaf? Not at all. So the author is saying here that it was not for the love of loaf, it was because they wanted to meet and greet the baker. They loved the baker most, not the loaf for. The loaves were bought by the Paskin or Bastin, the maid servant of the house. What we longed for were those bread bangles which were chosen carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special make. So the long means here desired or wanted. The baker, or the author wanted or desired. The bread bangles are the bread in the form of bangles is known as bread bangles here in the context to this chapter. So the loaves of bread used to be bought by the maid servants. The maid servants were bringing the loaves of bread and they were just purchasing it from the baker and keeping to the house of the author. The surname used to be the Paskin or Bastin. So the maid servant have the surnames like Paskin or Bastin. Now they wanted to buy bread which was in the shape of bangles. So the author, the children, the group of children wanted to buy the bread that were in the shape of bread bangles, means the bread that are in the shape of bangles. Sometimes the baker used to bring specially sweet bread. Sometimes the baker who arrives, he sometimes makes some sweet breads for a special one. So the baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jang jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. One hand supported the basket on his head and the another banged the bamboo on the ground. So the baker announced his arrival with the musical sound made by his long bamboo stick, as we learnt in the earlier statements. So the another hand, his one hand was with the bamboos that were making some musical sound, and the another hand that was supporting the basket on his head, he hit the bamboo staff on the ground by the another hand. So he would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. So here the author is saying that when the baker used to come, he said good morning to the lady owner of the house. Then he would put his basket on the bamboo, and then when the kids gather around the scene, when the kids gather around the baker, he used to have some mild scolding. Scolding means he starts to rebuking the children with a mild rebuke, not so hard, not so stiff, but a mild rebuke that you should stay away from here. So the loaves of bread were given to the servants only of the house. The loaves of bread were not given to the kids, because he was rebuking the kids that you should be stay away from these breads until you have not given by the servants only. So but we would not give up. The children, they would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket somehow. So peep means look into, but we would not give up. The children were not giving up, that the baker used to push them away, but the children were not giving up. They would climb a bench or the parapet or peep into the basket somehow. I can still recall a typical fragrance of those loaves. So the author is saying here that when the baker used to push them away from the breads, their children used to come or climb the bench or the parapet, or they peep into the basket, means to look into the basket. Somehow they used to manage it. But the main thing that the author is recalling, that the special fragrance means smell, the special fragrance, the special smell that the loaves of bread I can recall is the loaves of bread for the elders and the bread bangles were for the children. So this is it for today. We will discuss the rest of the chapter in the second video. Thank you so much. We will meet again.